Today we're going to look under the car to see if there's any pieces of suspension, bushings, etc. that we can replace, axle seals, axles, diff bushings, etc. I'm here at my buddy Brad's shop. It's Doghouse Garage in memories of his dog Daisy. Missed that dog. Growing up in college, this is where I went every time I needed something with my car, if I wanted to learn engineering, wiring, anything like that. So thanks Brad for letting us literally come here, put the S2000 on the lift just to check it out. We're gonna do brake, clutch, trans fluid, diff fluid, whatever kind of other fluids that I can do right now. It's a little late, so we don't know what all we're gonna be able to do, but here goes nothing. We're gonna check for the brakes. So if you guys can see, this measures how much brake pad is left, and this is about the level that it's at. So it's like what, 8 millimeter? 8 millimeter. So that's basically brand new, right, Brad?
Yes,
okay, cool. So we don't have to worry about the brakes or the brake pads, and there's no stress cracks on the rotors or anything for now. So we'll see if that happens in the future.
So 6 mil.
That's about 6 millimeters in the back.
Yep.
So about 6 mil over
6 mil rear on the driver's side. Let's check the passenger side. So yeah, it's about 6 mil on the passenger side.
Cool. So we are still good on brakes. So we're checking out underneath the car.
This is not oil. This is water.
It's water?
It's water.
Okay.
So it's gotten water between. It'll start rusting right here. And when it starts rusting, then this, you'll have to replace the whole thing. So
gotcha.
This, you'll have to take these out. And
so
this
the
bolt out,
okay.
and the bushing come out. The bushing looks great. It's just got water in it.
Okay. This axle looks good.
Probably just passenger side axle.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing, and that's what I was feeling. And I felt that it was an axle. But I wanted to make sure. I just never got the chance to really get it on something to look. So what we see over here is a tear in the boot right there.
There's a crack right there.
So there's a crack on that boot. So, okay, cool. So that axle, the passenger side axle, needs to be replaced.
Because it's just gonna keep spitting.
See, I thought this was leaking because, or I thought this bushing was bad just because it was leaking, but it was just water. What about up here? Everything else looks good. I bled the clutch the other day just a little bit, and it drove a little bit better. That wasn't too big of a deal, and I didn't see anything the other day, so wanted to check it out, see what I can do. See what Brad and I can do.
You know what this transmission reminds me of?
What?
Little RX-7 transmission.
It's just a small.
It's a little bitty thing.
Motor mounts are good. Motor mounts are good. Is there a trans mount? Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty good, man. Those are okay. That feels okay. Well, we're gonna do the diff fluid, and we're gonna do the transmission fluid at least. So we found a few bolts loose, so we're tightening them down.
Missing.
Ooh.
Missing.
Non-existent.
Non-existent. Missing. Two ugga-duggas.
Oh. Two ugga-duggas.
I ain't missing these over here. Because you got a zip tie on one of them.
Do it.
Whoa.
So we're gonna take that zip tie off and put a bolt in it. All right, we're gonna do two ugga-duggas over here too. Oh, oh, it stole my thingy. I'm gonna start on the transmission. So this is the drain plug, which you basically just use a 3/8 inch ratchet and you just put it on there. And it just kind of goes out. This is a 17 millimeter, so you would just take it out with a 17 mil. If you can't fill it, you shouldn't drain it, isn't it? Okay. So just remember, never take the drain plug out and drain it all until you can get the fill plug, just because in case this drain plug or the fill plug does not work or does not come off and you drain everything, you're not gonna be able to drive this car because that transmission's toast. Or that drain plug is toast and you can't really fill it back up. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna loosen it first. And it loosened up pretty easily.
Take it on up. Just in case it's overfilled.
Ooh, a little bit.
A little overfull.
Okay. And then now, I'm gonna take the drain plug out. Well, I can't get to the drain plug.
There, honey. It's too shallow for me, man. Leave the camera. Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Here, let's do this. Since we already have it out, where's the plug? Oh, you got it? Okay.
Loosen.
Alright, I'm gonna
Tighten.
take it.
Tighten.
Alright, I'm gonna take this out of my hand now.
It's fixing to piss.
Yeah, it's not that bad. I don't see no metal.
Because it's not magnetic.
Oh. Well,
It's aluminum transmission. No, I think it's metal and there's gonna be gears.
aluminum. Was that one magnetic?
Let's had it automatic.
Oh. Okay, so now that it's basically just dripping, slightly dripping, we're gonna put the drain plug back in.
Find the hole.
Well, I know you guys can't see it, but it's behind the scenes right there. There you go.
That's perfect.
Cool. You don't want to ugga-dugga it too much. You don't want to over tighten it, because if you cross thread or if you break those threads or if you break that, that's not going to be a fun time. Liqui Moly recommends a 75W80 GL3 Plus for the transmission of these cars, just because the metals, this fluid works with the metals that's in the transmission and synchros and stuff of this car. So basically it uses about 1.59 quarts in the transmission, and I'm going to use some MOS2 anti-friction for gears in there as well, and we're going to install it now, or fill it now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the MOS2 anti-friction in. Oh gosh, losing some. And just basically just squeeze. Tap right there. Okay. We're making a little hole for the fill tube. What I really love about these models is when you take the cap off, there's a fill tube right there, right underneath.
But be careful when you press on it. If you're not holding onto this, it will actually pop this off as you're trying to fill, and you'll waste all your fluid. So that's why we put a hole in it. Slide it over, keep it compressed, and you can use this over and over again. Contact Sin for more tips.
So last time I just kind of held the tube in just to make sure it goes in there.
Quit pulling on my stick.
Excuse him.
Go on my stick. Go on. I can't see.
You can probably do the other bottle because it only uses 1.5 or 1.59 quarts. So whatever we have left, in just pour it into one. bottle number 2.
It's spitting.
I'm gonna squeeze too.
I think I'm gonna come in from the side. I think she likes it from the side.
Terrible.
Oh yeah, she's squirting now.
Alright, you want to pour both bottles in now, in one. And dispose of it properly, Brad. Gah. So now that we've combined both the bottles, we're gonna actually pump whatever we can into this, which probably would take another half a quart or so, because it actually made one full bottle. And what you're looking for is essentially right here when it starts dripping out. That means you know that your transmission is full. Assuming your car is level, which we have this on a lift, everything is leveled.
There she comes.
There she is. Oh.
She's squirting.
And basically that's it. You put the drain or the fill plug back in and tighten it down. Not too tight.
Fill plug properly. Nice little bump.
For the differential, we're going to use the MOS2 anti-friction for gears, and we're going to do the Hypoid gear oil GL5 85W90. This is the part number. And it says it should only take 0.78 quarts, or I believe that's what I read. So do it the same way that you do the transmission fluid. You basically take the drain plug out, fill plug out, drain it, and then fill it until it seeps out from the fill hole. We're gonna take the drain plug out and
nasty.
Yeah, can already tell.
Oh, it's clean.
It actually doesn't look bad.
Oh, it's some thick shit.
Woo! Get a whiff of that, Brad. Now that we've drained this, once it just stops basically just coming out, it'll just start dripping a little bit. We should be able to put the drain plug back in and put everything back and fill it back up and put all the bolts back in. So to put the drain plug back in, and I'm going to tighten it. Okay, so that's tight. Put this out of the way. I'm gonna put the anti-friction MOS2 in there. So basically it's a little like harder to reach, so we're gonna put an extended hose on the diff fluid to be able to get it in there.
Drain too.
So this is going in first. Oh,
What the hell?
I can't. Oh, got it. Oh, it's in. Okay, there it is. Okay, cool. Okay. There you go. Yeah, there you go. It's just gonna drop. There you go. Then the really long extended tube.
Move your hand.
There you go.
Move your hand.
Okay, and we're in. I'll hold this.
I don't think it's going to forcefully come out, but it might. Oh, I need to redirect.
Okay, so pull it back out.
Yeah. I need to go over the exhaust. Back into the hole. Down slowly. I can't see it, Captain.
There you go. It's in the hole.
We are incoming fluid.
Okay, squeezing.
Try not to overpressurize.
I've got the thing on the side, so it's breathing.
What's it supposed to hold?
0.78 quarts.
So a quart.
0.78.
So 3/4 of a quart.
Yes, 3/4 of a quart.
Getting close, Captain.
Yep, starting to drip out a little bit. Okay, so it is starting to drip out.
Pull it.
Pulling. So basically when you see it drip out, let it drip until it doesn't drip anymore, and then you are good to put the fill plug back in. Okay.
Go ahead and screw this in.
Okay, so we're going to put the fill plug back in. I'm going to clean everything out around it. Okay, and now we tighten it down and we're good to go.